like we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode, let's see, what episode is this? Episode 39 of the Callous Mind Talking Head live cast with yours truly, Callous Mind. In this week's episode, I wanted to kick off by talking about this past weekend's college football games. Arkansas and Ole Miss combined for 103 points in their Saturday football game. Alabama loses to Texas A&M, and Oklahoma has a comeback win for the ages against their bitter rival Texas Longhorns. And so, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump into stories before I jump into Week 5 pick results. So, all right. The story from October 8th, 2021. Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson expected to miss 4 to 8 weeks after finger surgery. This is a huge setback for the Seahawks. The article reads, Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson is expected to miss 4 to 8 weeks, sources told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, after undergoing surgery for a ruptured tendon in the middle finger of his right hand. Wilson, who injured the finger Thursday night in a loss to the Los Angeles Rams, had the procedure Friday in Los Angeles and will begin therapy this weekend. The Seahawks said it is highly anticipated he will return to play later this season. The decision to have surgery was made with Wilson's long-term health in mind, sources told ESPN. It will sideline him for the first time in his NFL career when the Seahawks play the Pittsburgh Steelers next Sunday, ending his streak of 149 consecutive starts. After Friday's surgery, Wilson tweeted, Lionheart. His absence will force the Seahawks 2-3, already 2 losses behind the Rams and Arizona Cardinals in the NFC West, to turn to Geno Smith to keep their playoff hopes alive. Speaking with reporters on his weekly radio show Friday morning, Coach Pete Carroll said he wouldn't know how much time Wilson might have to miss until he met with the hand specialist, nor would he discuss the results of x-rays Wilson had post-game. But there's something going on, Carroll said. There's definitely something going on, and we've got to figure out what the extent of it is and what is the next step to deal with. Wilson's streak of 149 consecutive starts is the longest by an active quarterback, according to Elias Sports Bureau. Only Peyton Manning, 208, has started more consecutive games to begin his career among quarterbacks since the 1970 merger. Wilson has played through some notable injuries, including a sprained ankle and sprained MCL in 2016, but Carroll said everyone was together Thursday night in the decision to insert Smith once it became clear that Wilson couldn't grip the ball well enough to throw it. Carroll was adamant Friday that the issue is not one of pain management. Nobody should question his toughness, he said. Nobody should question his resolve. If he could have thrown a football and held on to it, he would have done it. Anybody that says otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. So you can deal with all kinds of stuff with your hands, and you can still throw the football, and he tried last night and did not have the control of the ball. So if he could have, he would have. Wilson was injured in the third quarter when his hand banged against Aaron Donald's arm just as he released a deep throw. The broadcast showed the tip of Wilson's finger unnaturally bent downward. He was examined for several minutes on the sideline by the Seahawks team doctor and members of their athletic training staff, who watched Wilson grip a football and then bandage his finger. Wilson returned for one series, throwing a short pass on a 3-and-out, and then was replaced by Smith for the remainder of the game. So as always, this article will be linked in the description box below. After this broadcast, I will update that description to include this link and the other links to these other stories. Next story up, John Gruden resigns as Las Vegas Raiders head coach after report of anti-gay and misogynistic language used in emails. John Gruden has resigned as head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders following reports that emails he wrote over a 10-year period included racist, misogynistic, and anti-gay language. I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction, Gruden said in a statement Monday night. Thank you to all the players, coaches, staff, and fans of Raider Nation. I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt anyone. So, I guess that's it. John Gruden will be fine. He's wealthy. He's got FU money. So he just resigned and is on his way. And I guess he will probably never coach in the NFL again, nor be on TV, nor anything. He'll be pretty much ostracized. So that's unfortunate for the Las Vegas Raiders for sure. And I think I had talked about an NFL story that was similar to this one, but this story was from October 7th. Former NBA players charged in $4 million healthcare fraud scheme. 18 former NBA players were charged Thursday with pocketing about $2.5 million illegally by defrauding the league's health and welfare benefit plan in a scam that authorities said involved claiming fictitious medical and dental expenses. The defendant's playbook involved fraud and deception, U.S. Attorney Audrey Strauss told a news conference after FBI agents across the country arrested 15 former players and one of their wives in a 3-year conspiracy that authorities say started in 2017. According to an indictment returned in Manhattan federal court, the former players teamed up to defraud the supplemental coverage plan by submitting fraudulent claims to get reimbursed for medical and dental procedures that never happened. Strauss said prosecutors have travel records, email, and GPS data that proves the former players were sometimes far from the medical and dental offices at the times when they were supposedly getting treated. In one instance, she said a former player was playing basketball in Taiwan when he was supposedly getting $48,000 worth of root canals and crowns on 8 teeth at a Beverly Hills, California dental office in December 2018. The indictment said the scheme was carried out from at least 2017 to 2020 when the plan, funded primarily by NBA teams, received false claims totaling about $3.9 million. Of that, the defendants received about $2.5 million in fraudulent proceeds. Strauss said each defendant made false claims for reimbursements that ranged from $65,000 to $420,000. In a statement, the NBA called the allegations particularly disheartening because the benefit plans provided by the league and the National Basketball Players Association are critically important to support players' health and well-being throughout their careers and post-retirement lives. We will cooperate fully with the U.S. Attorney's Office in this matter, the statement said. Michael J. Driscoll, the head of New York FBI's office, said the case demonstrated the Bureau's continued focus on uncovering fraud schemes that cost the healthcare industry tens of billions of dollars per year. Strauss said the conspiracy was led by Terrence Williams, who began his NBA career as a first-round pick in 2009. The indictment said he submitted $19,000 in fraudulent claims to the plan in November 2017 for chiropractic care. The claims led to a $7,672 payout for Williams. So, there you go. And this was kind of a non-story story. I think this is about some girls getting in a fight or something. This from October 6th. Co-owner Renee Montgomery says Atlanta Dream didn't initially know magnitude of situation with Courtney Williams, Crystal Bradford. The Atlanta Dream didn't know the extent of the May altercation involving players Courtney Williams and Crystal Bradford, which is why neither was disciplined at the time, co-owner Renee Montgomery said Wednesday night. Montgomery, a former WNBA player who is part of the ownership group that bought the Dream in February, addressed the situation on ESPN during halftime of the playoff game between the Connecticut Sun and Chicago Sky. She said the league is investigating the circumstances. This is a tough situation for everyone involved. No one feels good or happy about what transpired, said Montgomery, who is working as an analyst for ESPN during the playoffs. And I know a lot of people want information, but right now the league is involved. We're dealing with a process that's going to involve the league and the WNBPA. So we have to respect that. The player's agent Marcus Crenshaw said Tuesday that the Dream told him that neither player would return to the team next season. He said they are unrestricted free agents. Speaking on Instagram Live with Girls Talk Sports TV, Crenshaw said he believes the Dream are not bringing either player back because the organization is embarrassed that video of the fight came to light, as well as a YouTube video Williams posted talking about the altercation. Both circulated on social media Sunday. So, yeah, I guess that's what it was. A video of the fight came to light. So because they got in a fight, then they're not welcome back on the team. I mean, it's a little unusual for women to get in a fight, but not completely unheard of. So, you fight, you duke it out, maybe shake hands at the end of it, and get on with your lives. Anyway, that'll be a story for another time. Let's see here. So, 2021 NFL Week 5 pick results: 11 wins, 5 losses. The Rams win on Thursday night. Falcons, Packers, Vikings win. Buccaneers win. Titans win. Patriots win. But boy, that was a scary game. The Raiders lose again, unfortunately. And the Browns didn't fare any better against the LA Chargers than the Raiders did. So they lost too. And then the Cowboys won. The Cardinals keep winning, which is great. Buffalo did beat Kansas City on Sunday night, which is what I'd predicted. And then the Ravens won on Monday Night Football. But Indianapolis gave the Ravens fits on Monday night. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool that Indianapolis is still playing good football. They're not necessarily winning the games, but they're still playing hard. So, and I think instead of doing 2 separate videos this week, I'm just going to, what I may do is just cut a segment out of this video for week 6 picks. So bear with me 1 second while I get a drink, and we'll go over the NFL week 6 picks here. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't even have that screen ready yet because I don't have the program open. So bear with me 1 second here, and then I'll see if I can get that program open, and we can go over those picks and call it a day. I should have been ready for this video, but I kind of wasn't. I got started playing this game on my phone called Bazooka Boy, and it's ridiculously entertaining. And I gotta say, it's it's a lot like Angry Birds, where you got to work the angles and stuff like that. But it was a hoot, and it distracted me from doing what I needed to do. So, but if you guys are in for some shits and giggles on your phone, then I recommend that Bazooka Boy. It's pretty entertaining and quite comical. So if you liked Angry Birds, I think you'll probably like that game too. Power went out over here today, so that's kind of part of my problem. Otherwise, I mean, I would have been, ready, but it just so happens that since the power went out today, I don't have my computer all set up the way I normally would, so. Alright, so that was right, so I think I'm ready here, and I am. All right. So NFL Week 6 picks. Thursday, October 14th, Tampa Bay travels to Philadelphia. I will take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win on the road in Philly, although Philadelphia could very well win this game. But I'm hoping Tampa does because I actually have them as part of a parlay wager. So let's go Tampa. And on Sunday, October 17th, you see a big trend here where I am picking a lot of road teams. And that all starts with Miami going to Jacksonville. I will take the Miami Dolphins at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next game, a battle in the NFC North. Green Bay travels to Chicago. And that game ought to be pretty good, but I think the Packers will win provided their kicker will actually make some kicks. So I'll take the Green Bay Packers on the road at the Chicago Bears. Cincinnati Bengals at Detroit Lions. I feel like we've already done this game, but maybe we haven't. Anyway, I will take the Cincinnati Bengals on the road at the Detroit Lions. Next game, Houston at Indianapolis. I feel like we've already done this. This may be the second time these guys are playing because they're both in the AFC South. So with that in mind, I'm going to take the home team in this. I think Indianapolis is playing good enough to win. Houston is pretty scrappy too. This game could really go either way, but I'm going to lean toward Indianapolis because they are at home. So I will take the Indianapolis Colts at home against the Houston Texans. And then the next game, Los Angeles Rams at New York Giants. The Giants just lost. My understanding is they just lost a bunch of players this weekend to injury, a bunch of key players. And it's not like they were burning up the league before that. So this is an easy pick for me. I will take the Los Angeles Rams at the New York Giants. Kansas City at Washington football team. Every time it seems like I pick against Washington, they win, and then when I actually take them, they lose. But I think Kansas City, they really desperately need this win. They need to go on the road. They need to play desperate, and I think they will. So I will take the Kansas City Chiefs on the road at the Washington football team. Next game, Minnesota at Carolina. I kind of feel like this game has already happened as well too. Carolina, I don't know what's happening there, but I know that Minnesota can hang some points on some people. So I'll probably regret this, but I'm going to give Minnesota the benefit of the doubt here, and I will take the Minnesota Vikings on the road at the Carolina Panthers. Next game, Los Angeles Chargers at the Baltimore Ravens. The Raiders have already beat the Baltimore Ravens, and that very well may have been a fluke, but the Los Angeles Chargers seem like they are for real. They seem like they may be the class of the AFC West, and with that in mind, I will take them, the Los Angeles Chargers, on the road at the Baltimore Ravens. Arizona at Cleveland. This very well could be the first loss for the Arizona Cardinals, but I'm not so sure that Cleveland is up to the task of taking on and beating the Arizona Cardinals. I know Cleveland can score a lot of points, but I also know that the Cardinals are capable of doing that as well. So I will go with the Cardinals on the road at the Cleveland Browns. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders at the Denver Broncos. This is a classic AFC West matchup, and I've said it already before in previous videos, and I can't stress this enough. If you want to make the playoffs, you must win games in your division. This is an important game for the Raiders, especially since they've lost 2 games in a row, and one of those games was to the division rival Los Angeles Chargers. So the Raiders must win this game. I will take the Las Vegas Raiders on the road at the Denver Broncos. Next game, Dallas at New England. This is a very interesting game as far as I'm concerned. But Dallas is just been playing very, very well, and I think that's going to continue. So I will take the Dallas Cowboys on the road at the New England Patriots. And then on Sunday night, we have Seattle traveling east to Pittsburgh. I'm starting to believe that maybe Pittsburgh is getting things right, and the fact that Russell Wilson will be out for the Seattle Seahawks uh, leads me to believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers have the upper hand in this particular game. So I will take the Pittsburgh Steelers at home against the Seattle Seahawks. And then on Monday Night Football, Monday, October 18th, you have Buffalo traveling to Tennessee. I will take the Buffalo Bills on the road at the Tennessee Titans. All right, let me jump over here and check and see if we got any comments. Oh, here we go. Adam, always hating on my Bears for no reason. You refuse to pick them no matter who they play. That's not true, man. But the thing about the Bears is they're just one of those teams that I don't necessarily trust, and you don't even trust them either, and you're a damn Bears fan. You don't know what you're going to get week to week with their quarterback situation. That's pretty damn key, you know? Let's see. And Adam also says here, and the Raiders are losing to the Broncos 100%. The pin has already been pulled on that grenade. They are going to implode. Yeah, very well could, man. Very well could. If they lose that game, that'd be 3 in a row, and yeah, it's not looking good. If the weather holds up, the Cards should handle the Browns. The QBs can share the same step stool to see over the offensive lines. They can just leave it on the field. That's funny. Yeah, two short guys, two former OU quarterbacks battling head to head. It ought to be an interesting game for sure. So, but anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. I hope everybody enjoyed the video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And thank you, Adam, for participating. I appreciate it. And as always, please, 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 until I speak to you again, be good to yourselves and each other. And I will talk to you all later. God bless.